She had stripped my membranes without my consent and knowledge. My underwear are drenched. And then goes, oh, daddy threw up. So yes, I had my water broken twice. Hello everyone, it's Letty and welcome to my channel. I've been trying to film this video for a while. Thankfully, the house is asleep for this season. I have some funky lighting and apologies. I've really been wanting to tell the story of my birth experience with my first daughter and how it kind of shifted me into a more natural, crunchy route, if you want. Grab a coffee, I would say laundry to fold. So the story starts with my 39-week prenatal appointment. I had my very first vaginal scene, which hurt so bad that when we got home, I cried. It was almost 1 centimeter dilated, not my face at all. So she let us know that when we leave the appointment, we get to the hospital, paperwork, we register, all market good. When we get there, they were very confused, so they approached my office, reached out for the paperwork and whatnot, and brought me out to the labor and delivery triage for monitoring. Obviously, nothing's happening because I'm not in labor, so they just sent me home and said, come back at midnight and we can induce you. So they packed up, and then at midnight, me, my mom, and my husband all headed over to labor and delivery. We get signed in, we get to a room, started on the cervical dilators, and the nurse was trying to do my IV. It was not staying in my hand, so she had to poke me like 3 to 4 times. I stayed there from midnight all the way until shift change with 0 change at all. So when the on-call doctor came in the morning shift, that was the daughter of my OB, so she did work in the office. So she comes in and checks me. There's no change at all. We start taking out my IV monitors and beginning the discharge process. The lovely discharge nurse was giving us her paperwork and instructions, informed me that when the doctor had done the last vaginal exam before sending me away, she had stripped my membranes without my consent and knowledge. The next morning, I wake up and my underwear are drenched, wet. So I go to my mom and I was like, maybe baby is in like a weird position and is maybe sitting on the ladder and that's what happened. Maybe I'm leaking fluid or something, I don't know. So my husband and I go back to the hospital to get checked and swab me. And it turns out that when the doctor had stripped my membranes, she accidentally broke my water, and I had been leaking for over 24 hours at this point. So they immediately admit me to monitors. She saw the pokes in my hand and actually put the IV into my wrist. We still have the scar to this day. So because my water was accidentally broken for so long, they put me on 2 huge bags of antibiotics, and immediately after the antibiotics, they started me on Pitocin. Those 2 are the kickoff to the downfall. The doctor who was on call came in and broke the rest of my water. One other lady who was in labor and delivery was very close to giving birth, so she had the anesthesiologist coming in. So when I had finished my antibiotics and was on Pitocin, the nurse told me, when you start feeling contractions or think you might want to get epidural, tell me in advance, because it might take the anesthesiologist like an hour to get over here. And then she came back and said, well, the anesthesiologist is here next door. I'm just going to have her come and give you your epidural while she's here. Honestly, I wasn't feeling anything yet. And I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. I don't want to make her go out of her way to keep coming back and forth. The second the anesthesiologist walked into the room is when I felt those Pitocin contractions. I felt about 4 before the epidural kind of kicked in. Thankfully, there were 2 nurses who were going over the new machines, so I was kind of able to just hug the pillow and listen to our conversation and ignore entirely. Tried to, at least. That was the worst poke of my life. I'm never doing it again. And the catheter, I think there was a student who was learning the machines and she was practicing with the catheter. So they were going to let me just kind of relax and be alone. So the nurse wanted to do one last vaginal exam before they went along and realized that there was still amniotic fluid that needed to be ruptured. So yes, I had my water broken twice. Due to me being on the epidural, they wanted me to stay in the bed. And for some reason, they weren't really able to get a good read on her heartbeat when I was on my left side. So I was only allowed to lay on my right side and on my back. She was also sunny side up, which was extremely uncomfortable, and nobody would hold me and turn her into a runner position. So I just had to lay on my right side with the peanut ball and not move. My night shift comes around and the nurses switch out. The new nurses who were coming in were a mother and a daughter, which was really cool. And when the daughter came in, she was looking on my chart at the nurse's station, and I guess my contractions were, I don't know if they were too intense or too close together, maybe both, but she was a bit concerned. Came in and turns down the Pitocin because it had been set to 20 the entire time, which is the highest that I can go. So due to that, she turns it down and goes, all right, well, when you feel pressured, just let me know. And I'm like, for sure. She leaves and I'm just like napping. I swear it was like 5 minutes later, I turned to my husband and go, I feel pressure. And then he runs out into the hallway to get the nurse. She comes in, whips the blanket off of me and says, whoa, hello, baby. Don't push. I'm going to go get the doctor. Runs out of the room. The other nurse and the doctor come in, hit the lights, heaters going, all of that. Due to laying on my right side, the epidural caused my right leg to go numb. So when I was getting into position, my husband was holding my left leg and the nurse had to hold up my right leg because he couldn't use it. Doc and the other nurse are in front of me. My mom's on my head. The nurse holding my leg was like watching my contractions to like count with me, but I wasn't even listening to her. Honestly, I was just a baby. I was kind of sitting up, just like in this position. My big old belly was in the way, so I couldn't see anything. Nobody asked if I wanted like a mirror or anything, but I really don't think I could have seen if I had one. The doctor tells me to push and gives me a routine episiotomy, which I was extremely unhappy about. She came out in like 2 pushes, probably because of the episiotomy. I also remember him pulling, and I like was curious what he was doing, so I kind of looked up and then looked at my mom, and she was standing there like this. Just excited to see when you're in labor. 2 pushes later, she flopped onto my chest. She was flaring her little bunny nose at me. I do want to laugh. It's the sweetest thing ever. And before I could even really touch her, they did not delay the cord clamping. Like I wanted, as you're supposed to, is extremely bad to just clamp and cut the cord. Please don't do that. And I remember him tapping on my stomach to like forcefully remove the placenta that you're also not supposed to do. And they immediately just like ripped her away from me to bring her over to the table. My husband followed them and watched as they like, measure her head and all that. He threw up. I watched it. The nurses were like, talking to baby, and then goes, "Oh, daddy threw up." He's like, walking to the bathroom. And as I like kind of turned to my home, I saw my doctor like holding my placenta in a bag. It was huge. And so the baby, and then he brought her over to me, and she was bottled up. So they walk her over, hand her to me, and swallow it. And then everybody leaves the room. It's just me by myself with my baby to unwrap her, just on my chest, skin to skin. And I was kind of confused because I was like, isn't somebody gonna like make sure they're nursing her properly? Or I was very confused by them all just leaving, but it's okay because I'm a crazy person. In my full pregnancy, I was looking up like postpartum and breastfeeding and all that good, so I knew how to latch her properly, and we did that perfectly and enjoyed our golden hour together. So we still kind of hopped off the epidural for a while. Awkward as it was, just kind of giving birth and then being left alone with a little newborn, kind of know what to do, thanks to me doing the research and planning that I had. But simply, the one good takeaway was our golden hour, and we did get to enjoy that. Due to the insane amount of antibiotics, the ridiculous amount of Pitocin, the forceful removing of the placenta, and an immediate clamping and cutting of her cord, then led to the snowball effect of horrible postpartum experience, the emergency room, being airlifted into the NICU, and the snowball effect of how awful all of the effects of birth were. I had to learn my lesson the hard way and reevaluate on the next one. Completely changed direction. Midwife, birth center is amazing. Completely different. My experience is amazing. I've learned a lot more, and maybe you can learn from my mistakes too. If you've had a difficult or traumatic birth experience, I'm extremely sorry. I kind of relate. Birth is extremely important. Here in the States, we treat pregnancy and birth so disgusting, so much more. Especially in other countries, when you get pregnant, you just go to a midwife or birth center. Going to a hospital is only like an emergency type thing. We have a very high C-section rate and a very high birth trauma rate. I learned my lesson. I educated myself in proper corrections. It's been better. Thank you very much for listening to my story and hearing me out. Your birth was beautiful. It's the story of how I became a teen mom. I birthed my girl pregnant at 18. I gave birth at 18. It's a story of how amazing was born. Thank you for hanging out with me. Have a good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay rude with me.